Hello. Is this... Hey, look, it works. How's everybody doing? Looks like my levels are fine. Game is doing creepy audio, which is accurate. I apologize for being sniffly. This is probably the first day in a while, at least a couple of months, where my allergies have come up and gone to my face. I I put this over here so it wouldn't peak the audio and make everyone's ears sad. But allergies have definitely given me a sock to the face. So that's it's a little rough. I took some Sudafed, so I'm hoping that that will make me that will serve me in some decent stead, and we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna go ahead and let's see, move this. Let's put this right here because I don't know that we're gonna have such a lively chat that people will have a problem that they can't see past a few inches here on the right. So I think we'll do that. WGA strike is still going. I looked at my schedule and I looked at Southern California and I said, self, don't even try. Don't try to get to the picket line. It would be preposterous. You would have to wake up the earliest that you, and like way earlier than I would want to, especially on a day when I'm traveling. It'd be a lot of time in like an Uber Lyft type of thing to be there for maybe an hour. Then I would have to get back in and come all the way back down to get to my airport, and my flight is at 12 something, not 2 or 3 something, because it's Pacific time. And when I was looking at my schedule last, everything was being rendered in Eastern time. So I think instead I will make sure to talk about the strike as much as is reasonable during the convention and encourage people to read what various WGA writers are talking about, support the various funds that the WGA folks are asking people to contribute to, whether that is the funds that go to non-WGA members who are other workers in the film industry, film and TV industry, who may lose income because of the strike. So this is like, it's like support for allied fields. And then there are some funds that are like, send pizza to people who are in the picket line. So I have some options there. It's, maybe not as fun for me in terms of being able to make some, to meet some people and hang out and be physically part of that effort. But so it goes. Maybe next time there's a WGA strike in probably about 10 years, I will have done some work and will be a member. You never know. 10 years is kind of a long time. 10 years ago, my second book, I think, was not even out yet. 10 years ago, I lived in, well, I guess by May, I would have already moved to Baltimore, but only just like a 1 or 2 months prior. So that's that. We are playing Darkest Dungeon 2. I played Darkest Dungeon 2 the day it came out on early access, if I remember correctly, on the Epic Store. It's very different than it was then. I think it is both harder and more fully featured, which sounds about right for Darkest Dungeon. I checked the game out maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and it was very hard, to the point where it was not really fun for me to play, because I started a new save because so much had changed. I needed to be on a new save, and I got a total party kill before I reached the end of the first normal biome, and then I played another game and I got another total party kill before the end of the first biome there. The third time I got to the end of that first biome and I was able to cash out some hope. Basically, candles give you hope, and then that is the currency for the meta progression in the game. And I have played a little bit since that 3 months ago build. I played a little bit of almost 1.0 and a little bit of 1.0 here. So I have some progression, and hopefully we can have fun for an hour or so. playing the game, and then I will get back to doing my preparations
Up
for
ahead,
the
a
Nebulous.
light in the limitless expanse.
So this is where you spend your hope / candles to do meta progression. So the Timeless
The more they have
Woods
to hold on to, the
is,
harder they will fight.
I think that's like a later thing. So we've got progression that you can put into each character. So I just got the Flagellant last time. I need to spend some more time figuring them out. Let's put some points into the Jester, because I like the Jester.
Light, a little more strength.
Okay, I don't have enough candles to get all the way to this one to open up the Virtuoso path. Paths are like subclasses or builds for the
road calls
characters.
once more to its dark passenger.
We'll be able to talk about them when I get to the place where I'm selecting my characters for this run. As with Darkest Dungeon 1, we see we have the light here, and that keeping that up is pretty important for a lot of things.
The
So
house
there's
on
5
the
scenarios. I've
Borderlands,
only ever done this first one
half
because
swallowed by the stain.
at the very, very beginning, I did beat the scenario once, maybe twice, but only that first scenario was available. So I haven't seen any of the other ones yet.
Between semesters, we would spend our days rambling the woods, talking excitedly of esoteric theory and ancient mysteries.
The crossroads, a beacon for the broken and the battered.
So these are the names of the different scenarios, right? Guilt, loathing, failure, regret, disgrace. And then there's something else that's pointed that way. I don't know if that's a scenario that will be opened later or something else. So this is the Flagellant. I think instead I will do... So I like the Hellion,
Beneath bloodlust
but I'm
and
going to do the
fury,
Hellion with the Man at
there
Arms.
is emptiness.
He's going to be my tank, and she
shame.
is like off-tank DPS. And then let's do the Vestal here
sister of
and
battle.
the Jester here.
Repudiated,
The Jester has
but
some
unbowed.
stress heal, and the Vestal has HP heal, and if I set her abilities, she can remove status effects, including stun and dazed. But that's cool. I haven't gotten to do that yet. And I only have her first path. I can do Sergeant here. Oh, that is my reminder. Oh, it's not quite on time. In about 8 minutes, I need to sign into my flight. So the Wanderer path, you don't get any modifications, but you do get an extra candle if you reach the second inn. The Sergeant does less damage, has status resist bonus, and bolster skills will remove vulnerable and weak, and each ally on turn start, there's they get like a bonus to status resist, which is great. So that makes the Sergeant very tanky. I just have these abilities, so I need to unlock more things. Got the paths, story. Yeah, I don't have anything here. So for my Hellion, I do have some options. I have Bloodlust. So I'm going to take off Barbaric Yawp. And we're going to have Bleed Out. This removes... Let's see. One of these if I do it. Okay, this Bloodlust removes Winded. But I think if it, the toe-to-toe also does that. So we're going to go with this. We're going to not use toe-to-toe because he is going to be happy staying where he is in that second rank. Iron Swan is a great power that she has when she's in the front rank with that yellow dot you see here. She can attack the back rank with a really strong hit. Being able to attack the back rank is really important in Darkest Dungeon 2, as it was in Darkest Dungeon 1. So we're going into the valley here. The valley is more or less the same as it was in early access. This is like a
Fall,
prologue
never to
tutorial
go
area.
again.
I want to run into these obstacles because they will sometimes give me items like that gross food that I got.
You can feel
I am
it,
still early
a
enough
change in the air.
in the meta progression that I'm getting that gross food instead of the nicer food.
The bulwark of your denial is giving way.
This obstacle is like a road battle. So here's my light. It's already dropped a fair amount. My heroes do have some death resist, and the enemies have a small chance of kind of getting the obscured sight ability or whatever, where they have a greater chance of missing. So I'm going to hit here with a bleed ability, so that'll do damage over time. You are going to... I think we're just going to defend our Hellion, while the Man-at-Arms has these block tokens. He takes 50%. He takes 50% less damage from each hit. So here's an Iron Swan, and now I can hit this Widow directly. Those little gold diamonds that you see are the relationships between characters becoming more positive. Blue down arrows is relationship becoming negative. And we're gonna do a consecration here. The consecration is on this rank. So there's a 50% chance to get a block or a dodge
Agony by accumulation.
at turn start for each hero, for any hero in this spot. But he's getting Blight for 2 damage each turn for 3 turns. My Jester has Horror, so there's a 75% chance that he will take 1 stress each turn for 3 turns. But it's back to her. That's 6 and 6, leaves the Widow at 1, so it's not quite a kill there. I could remove this on Barristan, but instead I'm going to try to use Judgment to kill the Widow. Nice, Death Blow. That means that they're donezo. Enemies can have Death Defiance saves in this one as well, which I'm not a huge fan of, but so it goes. So, Barristan is still defending and gained a block because of the consecration. Took a little bit of damage. Nobody has that much stress, so I don't need to use bolster just yet. I'm going to go ahead and just... So he's going to be doing less damage because of the path that he's taken, but that's still some damage. So now there's no reason to do Iron Swan because those are just corpses. And 4 to 8. Okay. So I'm going to go on break real quick, just for, like, ideally 2 to 3 minutes, so that I can check into my flight, because I am flying Southwest, and that's how their stuff works. So that's that. I'm just going to go to my break card so that I don't show you, like, you know, my browser or anything. But I'll be right back, and we'll play more. Okay, we're back. I did say it would be pretty short, and so it was. So we've got 1 enemy left. We can do any of this. Do I want to do any of this? Let's go ahead and take that, because that'll also
Welcome
improve
relief from
relationship.
caustic agony.
Some more stress for you. So let's go ahead and bolster, because that's probably going to make you less likely to take stress from upcoming hits. And a wicked hack. So you're taking a little bit of stress and you're taking a little bit of stress, but my battle ballad, let's see, Inspiring Tone reduces stress, but the target has to be at 5 stress or more, so I can't use it just yet. So the Jester has a bunch of abilities that involve him moving around, which is pretty fun. And bleed attacks using this sickle. So that's a road fight. I got 5 mastery points. You kind of get that 5 at this fight in every run. When I was playing an earlier build, you would get 2 mastery points, I think, in the same situation. And the difference between 2 and 5 in being able to upgrade your abilities and have them just hit harder and protect you more, it's a big difference. I don't know how much other stuff was tuned differently, like what other rebalances there were between like February and now, but the game feels a decent bit less punishing than it did earlier this year. It's still very punishing.
The fire is lit.
Just
the table is
not-
set. The inn awaits its favorite guests.
So, the Radiant Flame awaits you at every Valley Inn, and it provides a vital helping hand. The flame confers numerous bonuses that will propel you toward victory, and it gets stronger after each successive expedition failure. So this is a like rebalancing element, where the flame will be more and more of a help
Precious relics remind us
as
of a
you
time before the end.
don't advance. So the Radiant Flame 3, so it's kind of, I guess that's the third tier of bonus, plus 5% positive relationship chance, plus 25% stress resist, plus 2 speed for characters, plus 5 crit chance, and minus 25% traveling flame drain. I also have an Orphan Wolf Cub pet that I can take, which gives me a little bit of a
Anything that
bonus.
lets us travel further is worth the cost.
The Wainwright is the person who will let you do modifications of your carriage. Kind of your heroes travel on the carriage, and that's like your base. And then Pet can go here.
It cannot fight.
I can buy
but
things from the
perhaps
provisioner.
It can calm.
So I'm going to get this so I can have a chance for poultice items.
Each improvement,
And I put it here.
a new variable in the
And then
equation of your fate.
I get more stress resist per luxury gear. This is medical gear, so I don't have luxury gear, but in the future I may be able to get that. What do I have? This is scouting gear. That's cool. In item stress. So I do want a little bit of these because I got some stress. And we're going to take some of these to try to improve relationships. I'm going to take this for some stress management. Take one of these for the flame, and let's look at our
The
route
first of many
options.
forks in the road.
So next we can go to
Choose your path
the Tangle, which
and
is
ride out unbowed.
like a wooded area with a lot of undead. And the goal here is keep the flame at 40 plus, but we will have plus 33% flame drain, so that'll be hard. If we succeed, we will get this greater sacrificial host, which gives a big plague resist bonus. Or we have harder time scouting, but if we fight 6 or fewer road battles, we will get this Price of Pride trinket for the man-at-arms, which would be great. So we're going to try to go to the
Another
Sprawl,
nameless city.
which is like a, yeah,
Another inferno of mutilation and madness.
it describes it. Hello, the kids are asleep. The emote that you used is somehow hiding from me for whatever reason. But hello, welcome. So let's give this to you two. Oh, okay. I didn't. This is 2 targets, so I actually didn't need both of them. That's fine. But now we will play cards. Okay, mostly positive. Great. If we improve these characters' relationships with each other enough, they will pet. If they get to a positive relationship, they will support each other, which is really useful. Plus crit, minus healing received from skills. Well, I want crit, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. We go to items. I'm going to give you this, and I'm going to give you the flame. I don't have this slime mold. I don't. Oh, I guess. So I can give this to somebody, and it will improve their health, their HP maximum. But there's a 5% chance they'll get a disease, and a 5% chance they'll get a quirk. So somebody is a picky eater. Okay, so the jester is a fussy eater, and so nobody gets to eat this? What if I give this to you? Okay. So got the buff, but did not get the disease. Pardon me, just sniffly, as I explained earlier. Yeah, the art in Darkest Dungeon is truly gorgeous. Thank you so much to ArudenLX4 for subscribing for 16 months. Thank you, as always, for your support. Great to have you here. So we've got our people. They're full up on health. They're at 0 stress. I can buy more things from the Provisioner if I want. I probably do want something that's going to give me flame resist, because that's the area that we're going to. And I will take 1 of this Pouch of Lie, which will let me get rid of corpses, which is very handy. And this means that everybody has a combat item, which makes me happy. So, this gives us our travelogue.
Sometimes it is
At
wiser
each
to
inn,
try anew, fortified by trials past.
you can decide to end your expedition and you'll gather hope. You lose some of the hope that you have gathered if your like whole party dies. So that's not super great. But we definitely need to do the mastery trainer.
When survival demands it.
I'm very sorry that your allergies are all the time, Arudnell. I think my allergies have been less terrible to me since I moved to Baltimore, but they are still pretty rough sometimes, and really I am better off because I just take medication for it throughout the season, and that mostly does what I need it to. Plus resist. Okay, that's pretty cool. So this is me using the mastery stuff. So this removes 3 stress and horror if I upgrade it, which is great. And now I just want to make sure to upgrade at least something for every person. That is really great though. So if I take bolster, we'll have even more stress management. And bolster will remove weak and vulnerable, which is pretty great. Super defense, forward, crit. Alright, so I think I'm going to upgrade a second attack for Boudica, my Hellion, because she is like my main offensive character. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and improve Wicked Hack as well. All right. Now we've used all of our mastery. We have our cart all set up. And we're going to go to the sprawl. So, I was a bit worried. Oh, hey, look. Hey!
Tried and tested.
Positive relationship. Oh no, negative relationship. So, my Hellion and Man-at-Arms have a respectful relationship, but my Hellion and my Vestal have a resentful relationship. When you have these relationships, one ability per character gets marked with a bonus or penalty. So now whenever Boudica uses Wicked Hack, Barristan will get a buff. And whenever Barristan uses Hold the Line, Boudica will get a buff. And then vice versa. So when I use If It Bleeds, Junia will get a debuff. And if I use Consecration of Fortitude, Boudica will get a debuff. The bong sound was probably the game, or it might have been me accidentally hitting the microphone. But the sound for relationships is kind of like a bong, so I'm guessing it's that. So this is the Sprawl. This is one of the cities of humanity that has fallen into total chaos.
The great cities of man, ruined and aflame.
Well, we're off to a road battle start, which was not necessarily what I was looking for, but here we go. I will try to make a note to get rid of that Cult of the Lamb thing, because we don't need it anymore. Now, this ability is really handy, but it will debuff Boudica, which I'm not in love with. So let's go ahead and do a judgment first on my Pillager Crackshot there. And then Boudica can use Iron Swan, which doesn't quite kill them, but makes them vulnerable, because they have the combo token on them. So Slice Off does okay damage and has a good chance of doing bleed. This Mongrel, I remember being rough, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that dodge token, so that now I can attack it.
In crisis, we can rely only upon each other.
So if I do Hold the Line here, it will give Boudica a bonus, but I like her being in the front line. So instead I'm going to do Defender on my Jester to protect him. So they're all targeting him. They're adding a bunch of bleed on him. But now Boudica can go. I can do Iron Swan again and kill this character, which I think I want to. Yep. So she has a higher crit chance now, which is lovely. I'm going to go ahead and go after this dog, because when it attacks, it's very rough. So, because they had a combo token on him, they were able to do that more powerful move. Let's see, what do we want here? Still okay on stress. My Vestal will get to go, but first those enemies will. So I'm going to go ahead and bolster you. And that gives me block plus, so I take 75% less damage. And because they have a good relationship, Barristan counterattacked when that enemy attacked Boudica. I'm going to go ahead and use Ministrations here, which will get rid of his bleed.
This wound, at least, has been tended to.
And now this enemy has Riposte and Dodge, which is not the greatest for me. I want to get rid of that.
Agony by accumulation.
Urinal, do you mean the narrator? I hadn't thought about it, but yeah, I think you're right on that similarity. I think it's the same narrator as from the first game. Ooh, look at that. And now he gets a bonus, which is cool. Alright, we're going to go ahead and consecrate up here, even though she won't like it. So I want her to be able to get some bonus. So that critical 6 instead becomes 2, which is great. You are going to get a bonus on your attack. And that means you kill that enemy.
The work continues.
Okay, this does not remove weakened. This will... No, that can only attack the first enemy, so we're going to use this one. And that gives him a bonus. We're going to... Okay, I can't heal because... What? You're at 19 of 46. Condition blocked. Why is condition blocked? I guess because she dislikes him, maybe? Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of this so that he doesn't take as much. So I'll give her a bonus. You're on taunt. Let's go ahead and do an attack here. That's nice, 9. And then he might be able to finish you off. Yes. So that's a road battle finished. Autobots
Abandoned
roll
or
out, I
forgotten.
suppose.
It is ours
That would be
now.
very fun. Okay, so my goal for this area is to fight fewer than 6 road battles. So I've already done
The
one,
fog is
and I need to
parted.
be on the lookout.
Always
So a
made
watch
clear.
out tower will give me a chance to scout, so I can see some of what's coming ahead. So there's a road battle there. That's a rough patch. Here's a road battle. There's a road battle. My goal is there. So your goals: use mineral, academic study. So these are hero goals, which will give me more hope, and that's pretty cool. So I'm here. If I go this way, it'll get me a candle, but then there will be a road fight. If I go this way, there will be a hazard and then another hazard, but I will skip a road fight. So I'm going to go ahead and try to
An
avoid
elementary problem, is it not?
a road fight because I still have full armor and wheels right now. So I can take at least one each of those hits. This part was added since playing in like February, I think. And it's an interesting extra thing to have to keep track of.
To arms.
So
Oh, it
the
brings
burning
no
pile is
satisfaction.
the kind of standard fight area. So this is run away. That's also run away. So I want to do this fight. It makes both of them unhappy, but that's fine. It may not be fine in the future, but here we are. So this biggin, the pit fighter, is very rough and will do a lot of burning. Oh, what do you have? Field surgeon will use the healing salve skill before taking their turn. Cool. Everybody's hurt, so... Or everybody's healed up because we got back on the carriage. I can Iron Swan you, and I definitely want to do that. Yes! One-shot kill. That's what Iron Swan is for. Love to see it. Okay, so now that the back rank enemy is dead, I can use Hold the Line. Rush Barristan up. He gets a block. She gets a dodge. He can't be moved from where he is. Cool times. Yeah, the character relationship stuff in the game is really cool. I don't have a full command over how it works, but it does at least somewhat feel like it is people reacting to circumstances. And that's pretty cool. And you had the dodge token, so you didn't take a hit, which is great. You're going to get to do healing salve on somebody, which heals him back up, and that's fantastic. She won't like that. So let's go ahead and do judgment on you. Because if I can get it down to just having this pit fighter around, it will not be quite as rough to me, even though they are nasty. So now every time they hit me, they're going to apply 1 fire. I'm not a big fan of that, but... Oh, a stun, so this enemy doesn't get to... They lose their next action. And let's go ahead and have him defend Boudica, because this bleed might just kill the Whipper before they get to act, because they're going to lose their next turn, but they will take the bleed, and then they'll have to take the bleed before the turn after that. All right, now we do a big hack here.
A brilliant conclusion.
Fantastic. And that gives Barristan the bonus. So we're going to go ahead and... Yep, let's use Judgment here. 8 is solid. We got the block defense, and he resisted the fire. Beautiful. Now that one's dead from bleed, and it's just the pit fighter. He's defending Boudica, as his tanky nature would indicate. Giving him bleed would be great, but it would also make her unhappy. So let's go ahead and just do this, which keeps giving Barristan a bonus. So we don't need everybody to heal. I will go ahead and remove your fire, which I would hope would improve your relationship, but it didn't. Now this enemy is on Death's Door, and so every time they take damage, they have to make a Death's Door test.
In crisis,
And that means I just want to keep hitting them, and eventually they will die. Oof. So now he's flaming, but he's not going to take any damage because the fight is over. So, resistance encounters will give us loot. Ooh, melee skills 66%. If it bleeds, skills +2 bleed dealt. When moving, if rank equals 4, +2 stress. But that's the very back. Yeah, that's fine. All right, let's revisit our trinkets, because I think we've got some good stuff. I'm going to go ahead and give you this Bloodied Branch, because your rank is 1, right? This should be rank 4. Plus stress resist, minus status resist. I don't know about that. I may not want to use it. So nobody else has any trinkets. Let's go ahead and give you that one. And we're going to go look at our Jester, and we're going to take Razor's Wit away. Well, it does give the target combo. So we'll go ahead and take that one back. So here we're going to lose 1 wheel, and then we're going to have another resistance encounter. And then we have some options. I might go this way to avoid the road fight. And I can also resist some loathing. The loathing track is this here. The higher the loathing track, the more bonuses the enemies get, which I'm not a fan. Okay, so this is Burning Pile again. We get the choice. So we fight, or run and give them some relics. So we're going to go ahead and fight. He doesn't like that. But if I run, I don't get anything cool, is the thing. So if I use Iron Swan here, this enemy will take less damage, but my understanding is that if this enemy gets to the front and uses their attack, I will not like it. So we're going to go ahead and start pounding on them. And I gave them a combo token, which means I have some abilities that will get a bonus there. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do slice off on this enemy to give them bleed. It's the Immolitist. But both of them have gotten a blinded, is what it's called. Though it's like a temporary vision thing. Okay, let's do Defender on you. You're taking 2 fire, 2 fire. We're gonna go ahead and hit you with that, but we got the miss because of our blinded, unfortunately. Flame Spreads is this enemy's movement ability. So they're gonna keep moving up. Barristan is tanking as I wish him to. So that is a buff on this enemy, so they gain strength and a dodge. Not a huge fan. But now, because they're in the back, I can hit them with Iron Swan, and the bleed might kill them. And even if it doesn't, their next attack is going to do less damage. But now I can use Slice Off on you. Still does some damage and bleeds you.
Collaboration confers advantage.
I should remember that Bolster will let me remove the weakness ability from people if they're gaining that from a negative relationship. Alright, we're gonna defend her now. And you're taking a little bit of damage there. Let's see who's next. The Whipper, and then this one. Let's go ahead and target you, and that kills you. Lovely. I do not have to worry about them dumping a bunch of flame on me. So now that there's only 3 ranks of enemies, her Iron Swan doesn't matter so much, which means I can have him charge forward to hold the line. And it gives her that dodge, which is great. I'm going to go ahead and try and just kill this Immolitist, because I don't want them doing stuff. I'm going to attack this one, because this one... Where are you? Why do you have red? Are you like an elite? You are an elite. So this one has... See that it has more hit points and a higher speed. It looks like higher resists, too. So, from Taskmaster, trying to hit everybody and burning them, which is not great. So why don't you make it so that you're not burning anymore, because you don't have a big hit point pool. This trip is going to move them forward, and now the Immolitist is dead, which is great. Alright, it's going to make her unhappy, but so be it. It will make that enemy bleed. I can use Fade to Black here. I don't know that it will let me move because I'm anchored. Yeah, I don't get to be moved. But it did remove that. What's our... Okay, the flame is at 86. I have something that will add plus 15. I'm going to wait until I can get all that 15 out of it. Alright, I'm going to try and kill this one. Hey, there you dead. Even with the weakness. Okay, now I want to heal this guy.
In crisis, we can rely
Smoosh.
only upon each other.
You are not bleeding. So I'm just going to go ahead and... Okay, I can't move because this enemy is immobilized again. Or this ally. So I'm going to use Bloodlust. It's not going to do a whole lot. And now... Oh, the heal... Do you just not want to heal anybody? Why is condition blocked? Target HP less than 25%. Wow. Okay, maybe the upgrade is what lets it be less than 50. Is 8 really... Well, I guess 8, 16, 24, 32, right? So this isn't 25% of HP. So, they don't lose any more health because the fight is over.
Cut down these nightmares and blaze the trail to your redemption.
Doing these fights also gives me more mastery points, which is great because then I upgrade skills, and an upgraded skill is just more powerful than the basic one. Plus flame resist piercing. Okay. I don't have anybody that does flame here. This is not a, or I guess what this is a assistance encounter. Yeah, let's go this way. This team can do bleed, but not much else in terms of status effects. Going through mucky sewers. So, Darkest Dungeon 1 was all like 2D art. This, we've got a lot of 3D art, so it's a bit more resource intensive on the computer. We could lose a little bit of flame and gain food. You can lose a little bit of flame and gain items, or we can gain flame and get one of our wheels repaired. $77. Let's go ahead and do that. So they help with our wheels. We get our flame back up to 100, and that's great. So we can take a wheel damage again and go to a hero shrine, which would be great. And then assistance encounter.
Will not be denied.
And Oblivion's Rampart is like the end of level boss. We could go to a lair. So if you want to win the scenario, you have to fight and kill at least one boss in a lair. I'm not at the point where I'm trying to win the whole scenario. I'm building hope. I'm developing my characters. So we're going to go left to the shrine. Nobody wanted to go to the shrine. 2 people wanted to go to a fight, even though we've done 2 fights, which is very funny. Okay, so we're back down to 2 wheels. Turn the corner, and here's the shrine. All right, we're going to send Barristan to the shrine this time. My ambition outflanked my fellow officers at soirees and mock skirmishes.
Man-at-Arms.
Excuse me.
Chapter 1. A premature promotion.
So you unlock more abilities for this character, or for each character, by going through their backstory, which is cool. I think each character has 5 parts. Some of them involve like a special scenario,
Military career
but not all of them.
Perhaps as treacherous as war itself. Though untested in combat, his acumen for advancement was unmatched. Through a dubious campaign of influence and intimidation, he had at last claimed a coveted command, and was eager to bask in the glory of the victories that were sure to come.
Now, do we have a fight here, or are we just gonna get the ability? Right, I think we just get the ability. So this is what he used to look like. Now he has Bellow, which is a ranged ability with a cooldown. It hits every enemy. It removes riposte and reduces their speed. So it lets me debuff the enemy, which could be interesting.
The loathing whispers.
I'm going to look at that. Hold Alt. So if I get the upgraded one, it will remove riposte and crit and reduce their speed by 5, which is pretty cool. Okay. I don't know that that's immediately relevant. We're going to get an assistance encounter, and then lose another wheel, and do the end. So that's that. We've got some stress building up. So I'm going to want to use some of the
Desperate.
laudanum,
They need your
laudanum
help.
that I have, which will reduce stress and his ability. And here's another assistance
Desperate
encounter.
and wanting. Will you
So what can we do for
their
them?
earnest pleas?
We can give them some money, and we get a bonus to flame, and a shield, and a wheel. That'll save us money because you have to spend to do repairs, so this is a really good result. This is just one shield and one flame. This is flame and an item, maybe a trinket, but we're going to go ahead and do this. We give them a little bit of our money, and they help with armor and wheels, and our flame goes back up to 100 again. Having close to 100 flame for this Oblivion's Rampart encounter will be really good, because it will give the enemy debuffs and prevent us from getting debuffs. And that will make this last fight easier. Not easy, but easier. The Oblivion's Rampart fights are against cultists, which are some of the toughest enemies. So these are like apocalypse cultists serving the end boss. Okay, field surgeon, but so if somebody takes a big hit before her turn, she'll get to do some stuff. All right, we're gonna bolster her because it will remove, it might remove his weak, and it will give her some stress relief.
A simple kindness.
Okay, it did remove his weak, and it reduced some of her stress. Fantastic. So this enemy has block, but the altar does a whole lot of buffing the enemies, so I want to make them dead as soon as I can. We're going to use laudanum to reduce his stress because it's free, and then we're going to go ahead and Iron Swan. It gives them the combo token. So here's buff 1, and they get to go twice, basically every turn. Of which I'm not a fan. So this is my bleed ability. They did not get to dodge, and they were bled, which is excellent. So I don't think this doesn't do a whole lot for me. If I use it on her, it might improve their relationship. It does not seem to have done so. We're going to go ahead and use that here. Did not do a whole lot, but every little bit helps.
Hold fast. For who knows
These enemies
what
do a lot of
lurks in the
bleed.
beyond.
That is a self buff. This enemy's next attack has a 100% crit chance and ignores 20% resistance, which is rough. And I'm gonna use the laudanum on
A
you
small
because
reprieve
somebody
from
can do a
this
stress heal on
carousel of
her.
horrors.
Iron Swan again for 10. That's not quite all of your hit points, unfortunately. This enemy does nasty debuffs, so you're next on my list, bucko. In fact, so they're going to do buffs. Okay, so you can battle, or you can Inspiring Tune, which will reduce 3 stress on her. Fantastic. And now let's do Judgment again. Boom! Just these 2 jerks. They are nasty, but they are less nasty when they're on their own. So, you gained that crit thing. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and use this
Lenity.
as we continue to do our stress management.
Small acts that drive back the darkness.
Let's do a big wicked hack on this enemy.
Lethality.
So they had the block, so they took less damage, but it was still 9, which is pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and do this, because I want to give you, yes, a blind, so you have a good miss chance. I'm gonna bolster you. 2, 3. Let's use ministrations here. That might improve the relationship. It didn't.
As intended to.
Got rid of some of that bleed, thankfully. So these enemies are just going to be trading off, probably giving themselves the buff and then using that buff to get a crit. But now I can finally heal.
A small foundation of
It
trust.
does not remove her bleed, however, which is rough. Wearing you down. Come up at you. It gives the combo token. And let's see. You get a self heal on combo. Gonna charge up, knock you back. You're still getting to attack her, but it missed, which is very nice. Alright, I want you dead. Be dead. Critical for 23, wow. She got a little bit of stress heal. I would love for you to be blinded, so I'm going to do Fade to Black. This means you have a 50% miss chance. Did not miss.
Incremental.
Okay, you definitely need to do ministrations here. It's a little bit of a relationship bonus. Nobody is at 3 stress or 5 stress or more, but if I move you up, it will combo you. But I think what I want to do is give you strength so that then you hit for 20 damage. Very nice. Alright, can I just kill you? No, but you're at death's door, so they're going to take weakened. Alright, Barristan, bring us home. Nice. So, another mastery, flame bonus, and
power.
the dark impulse is, it basically, like it says, unlocks the potential of cultist trinkets. So you can get cultist trinkets that are very powerful, but with a big trade-off. But you have to have a dark impulse equipped as well to be able to use them. So that is that.
The loathing of
That also reduces loathing, which is wonderful. And now we are out of the sprawl, or just about. We're gonna go a little bit farther, and then we're gonna come to an inn. That is our break between areas. And I think that will probably be where I call it for today on this short stream, because I do have some more things, and I need to go check on the Oreo dog, do some laundry, pack my bags, all that kind of stuff.
The fire is lit. The table is
We'll go ahead
set.
and do this section.
The inn awaits its favorite guests.
So your characters gain quirks during the game. So 2 positives and 2 negatives. Stiff knees is reduction of speed for the jester. Reduced stress or reduced move resist for Barristan, which is a bummer. Speed for Boudica. The Miller's Bounty. Okay, so that tells us the bonuses we get for coming here. So we got the region goal, so we get this indelible trinket. So that's a 33% chance to get block plus when hit for the man-at-arms. But if he's first in the turn order, he will get the blinded condition, which I don't want for him. So I'm going to try to do my best to keep him in the second position. I'm going to give him that for his second one. Flame resistance piercing, that if speed is less than 2. No, I don't think I want that. Do I want this for you? No. Okay, so Mastery Trainer.
One learns quickly.
That's 3 more
when
that I can
survival
do.
Demands it.
The Provisioner, I can buy new stuff. The Wainwright, I can
Planning
pay
and
to have
mindfulness,
my wheels
as vital
fixed.
to survival as
I've
sharp
done.
steel.
And let's see what other abilities we want to upgrade. Let's upgrade this because it gives resistance. This requires target 33% heal, or 33% health. So that means I can use that heal much more frequently. And I'm going to go ahead and upgrade Slice Off because it's the thing of his that I use the most. And that's all of those. Our next
Every road a winding
target
torment,
would in fact be the Tangle.
Every
Can't
turn.
choose anything else.
bent on our destruction.
I'm going to not end my expedition because I think we may be able to continue, but that's going to be for another day. All right. Thank you to the kids are asleep and Rudenell for hanging out and chatting, and to anybody else who came by along the way. And thank you to folks who are watching this on YouTube when it arrives. If you're watching live or very soon, I will be at the Nebula Conference in Anaheim this weekend, and I'm on a few panels. So if you're there, please come and say hi sometime. It would be great to see you. That is going to be all for me. No stream on Friday because I will be at the Nebulas, and I don't think I'll have any. I won't really have a way to be able to do a stream except possibly like an IRL from my phone, but no guarantees on that. So glad we got to do a little bit today and share this game. I'm much higher on the way that the game is put together now than the last time that I checked in with it a few months ago, like I said. So that's really encouraging because I think there's a bunch in the game that is cool. It's very different from the first one because of how the runs and builds are. Accost random cool people there and interview them. I'm definitely considering it. I can take this microphone and put it on a tripod, and so I might pack it up and bring it with me, and then possibly do some short interviews with people at the Nebulas. No guarantees, but it would be cool to do. So I'm definitely thinking about it. And that is going to be all for me. Hope you all have a great day. Where's my ending? It's right here. Okay, bye.